between the front from the Marti Liberation Front. Mr. de Cuellar expressed the hope that the peaceful process in Salvador would become irreversible. The Tokyo Reserve Bank lowered the reserve rate by 0.5% so as to induce the Japanese to invest more heavily in business. 15 persons have been killed and 70 have been wounded after a bomb blew up in western Beirut. This was in a car which was parked near a control point. 20 buildings were destroyed. Rescue operations are being conducted. Tomorrow, on the 31st of December, just before midnight, the television broadcasts of the former East German television will come to an end. Only a few programs will be saved. The ballet, which we know so well in our country, will be preserved. Also, we'll see the youth program, 1199, will be handed over to RTL Plus. And also the Sandman will be saved. Only 1/3 of the 14,000 employees of East German television will find work in the radio television program. The closing of East German television, in spite of their high ratings, is explained to a large degree by the unwillingness to retain any memory of the former government, and also the desire of the prominent stations to eliminate undesirable competition, and also because of tax considerations. A lot of us are worried about where we're going to get the New Year's tree. America doesn't have that problem. In America, they resolved that problem in a very original fashion. Already in early December, many food stores in the United States boast entire groves of standard-size, luxurious Christmas trees. You can pick any one you like. And they stand 4 or 5 weeks in the home and don't dry up. There are special farms for growing Christmas trees. This is the Ticonderoga farm, which is just outside of Washington, 40 kilometers from Washington. We have 4,000 trees here: Scotch pines, Norwegian pines, blue spruce. There are 5 basic types. You can not only pick your own tree, but you can receive a saw to cut it down yourself. And it's the most easiest to take it home if you have this type of net. And so Santa Claus is here, so entire families arrive. This is a nice company. People are very happy. This is the only time when all the customers are happy. How are you so successful in making sure all your trees are so beautiful? We start these trees out from age 3. We do this for 7 or 8 years. Every single tree, every year, has to be trimmed. So that's a lot of work. But the income is quite good, $1 million a year. Besides which, this is good for ecology. To cut down a tree is better for the country than to create an artificial tree which has to be disposed of. If you believe the Eastern calendar, the coming year is the year of the monkey. And all of us who are superstitious or not superstitious would like to know what that means. All the more so since in India it's called a mysterious year, the year of the black monkey. So this is our correspondent in New Delhi. India usually greets the year of the black monkey with a birthday party. Hanuman helped Rama, as we all know, according to Indian legend. If formerly Hanuman protected kings, now he protects poor people, those who have a difficult time. He gives them such qualities as strength and agility, cleverness and loyalty. He is considered to be a patron of the people's art. Here in the circus, it's almost impossible to get a ticket but the children don't have to be worried. There's so much exotic views here in India, and they're all free. Please excuse me, fellow Russians, for feeding bananas to Russians. I know you haven't got any, but there's a legend in India that if you feed a monkey bananas on the first day of the year, that's good luck. So let's consider that I'm doing this in your name, and so you'll all have good luck. And we hope that we will be lucky. The New Year is one of the few holidays which we still believe in and which we still wait, especially children. But this year, St. Nicholas and Snow White will not be visiting so often, since that particular office, which provided that service, has raised its prices by 6 times. But in the CSK sport complex, the Christmas tree or the New Year's tree is free. Don't be surprised that we're here at this building, at the sports complex, and there's nobody here. Everyone's inside. We're New Year's Tree 2, it's called, Interjolka 2. There are concerts taking place will allow us to sort of forget our problems that we're currently experiencing. And children don't have to know these problems. And best of all, they don't even hear of them. So let's go inside. So everything is traditional, but together with our St. Nicholas, we have an American Santa Claus. We have a children's theater and also a Vermont circus on ice. And the children's of orphanages and crippled children are given special advantages. The children were shouting just now, Happy New Year. Women, aside from all their problems, are going to have another problem. How can you become more attractive? First of all, what should you put on? So there's not much of a selection. But how, given our shortages of clothing, can we do anything? So here's our style shows. So this is a commercial show. There are roughly 70 enterprises in Russia, from Khabarovsk to St. Petersburg, which will be producing clothing. These are models from St. Petersburg who are professionals, but who take into account the needs of and abilities of our industry. But they're amazingly elegant, and they've learned how to do that. We have now a lot of competition from foreign styles. So now in Russia, we're starting to think about a large assortment. This is Miss Gubina, who represents the Center for Peace in Russia. We hear a lot about the images of Brigitte Bardot, Marilyn Monroe. We have an ideal of femininity here. If you wear this kind of clothing, you'll all look like Marilyn Monroe. And here is the sports section coming up. This is simultaneous interpretation from the Russian by John Glad. Today in Moscow, we had the first computer championship of Renju. So this is not a new idea to have computer competitions. But we might note here particularly the talent of Artyom Shaposhnikov and Alexander Nosovsky, and let's hope that they win in the competition. According to tradition, before the new year, we have to name the best athletes of the following year. The French magazine Equipe says Carl Lewis and Michael Powell are the best. Carriera della Sport said it was very difficult. That was as an Italian magazine. And they pointed out that Lewis did the 100 meters in 9.8 seconds, and Powell had a broad jump of 8.95 meters. In hockey, our youth team will have its 4th match with Czechoslovakia. Our juniors have yet to lose a single match. The European Jurgadan has become the winner of the European Cup, playing against Düsseldorf. They beat Düsseldorf 7-2. The Moscow Dynamo team, which might have done better, is fighting for 3rd place, and it has defeated Switzerland's Bern team 6-1. The Spengler team Cup was being played off. Here we have Army Moscow team playing Mannheim 7-2. Canada beat Lugano 3-2, and CSK and Canada are the leading teams with 6 points each. And so CSK, the Soviet team, has a good chance to come out ahead. In Australia, we're having a number of preliminary tennis competitions. which are preliminary to the Grand Slam. Here we see Cherkasov beating Hlasek. This is Larisa Savchenko, who in Brisbane lost to the Finnish tennis player who's not too well known, Petri Torre. So I'll be seeing you only next year. I congratulate you on the holidays. Let's hope that all your disappointments remain in the past and that all your hopes come to be true. And now we have the forecast of the weather. In the Murmansk region, it's -8 to -3 Celsius. Some snow. In Arkhangels, -5 to -10 snowstorms. In Belarus, now called Belarus, -3 to -8. Ukraine, -3 to -10, -9, some snow. In Moldova, formerly Moldavia, it's 0, that's freezing, 32 on Fahrenheit. Volga-Vyatka region, -1 to -6. In the middle Volga, it's -4 to